Hey, what's up, you sick, twisted freaks? I'm back with a new comic review, and we're talking about another indie comic. This is The Edge, #1, from Marvin Wynn, writer and creator. And the artist on this is Mark V, not to be confused with Mark V. That's a Lincoln Continental from the 70s. This is a human being that draws stuff, so big difference. So, now, let's get into the book itself, and we started a couple of years ago in a prologue where we're at a super secret base, you know, the kind that government puts up in the Arctic all the time in comic books. And it is being run by this fellow here. His name is Richard. I think his name is, let's see, Tartable. Richard Tartable. And they're doing a whole bunch of like secret experiments with superheroes and superhuman strength and powers and stuff like that, abilities. And they have been infiltrated by this guy named Reverend. And he is screaming about ruining his life. And he has gone insane over it. He's going to kill him specifically. And they put the place on lockdown. And he has to rather choose if he wants to get revenge and live or not. And he decides to, I'll get revenge later, and takes off. Later, we cut to a couple of years later, and let's see, Tartable is running this group, I assume they're called the Edge, and they're a team of superpowered soldiers who go off on several different missions for the government. And essentially, we were first introduced to these three characters right here. This is... Okay, let me see here. Let's see, this one is Mystic. This guy is Blaine. And let's see, this one is Intrum. And let's see, they are infiltrating this situation right now. There's a hostage situation going on in the first mission where this crazy cult is going to be gunning down people and hostages, so they have to break in right now. And we get to be introduced to some of their powers. Like, Intrum has this portal ability, which is pretty cool. She's able to kick the crap out of a bunch of guys all at once. And then there is Blaine, who, on the cover, he has this kind of Johnny Cage look going on, but in the comic he has longer hair and has a kind of Nightwing look. I frankly like the cover look design a little bit better. The short hair and sunglasses is just, I don't know, a neat idea. But this actually looks really good too. I like the bodysuit a lot. I think I like the use of red, the way the design is made. I'll get into the art in a second, frankly. They're able to take these guys out, and they get another message that... let's see, Reverend is back, and he's basically conducting like secret arms deals. He's trying to build, a new plot together, so he sends guys after him immediately, including some new characters who are, new characters, the first issue. Some other characters that we're introduced to, Shift and Spinoff, along with Mystic. And things don't go great. Apparently Reverend has this cloning ability. Looks like he has some multiple powers, which causes a pretty good battle, I'd say. And in the end, let's see, with a fight between him and Blaine, the building blows up. Essentially, he takes the opportunity that there's a whole bunch of weapons that he's buying and blows the building up, where maybe it's taken out possibly a couple other members of the team. And of course, they're thinking, okay, this guy is back in full force. So we're left to wonder what they exactly did to him. Why is he so mad? How's he going crazy? What exactly they're doing? There's a purpose and the vagueness to help kind of build a mystery, which I think is interesting. The art is really nice. It has this nice, clean, crisp, clear designs, almost animation like, which is pretty appealing to me. I always like that look. Let's see, the action sequences are nicely paced. And, the writing is pretty crisp. I would say if I had any kind of, faults for the book, we're not really given too much of a chance to be introduced properly to the characters. What I think Wynn does is he chooses to introduce them in action. So we get to see them, doing their job, their day job of being superheroes, and we get to know them that way. But I feel like in execution we could have gotten to know them a little bit better. They introduced a couple of characters in the second half of the issue, which maybe would have been a little bit easier if we had just had the same characters throughout. But to be honest, that's kind of just nitpicking right here. This is a pretty good first issue. They are up to 9 or 10 issues, I think, at this point, and I'm planning on buying the rest and reviewing them here. So if you're looking for some indie comics, check these guys out. I'm going to leave a link so you can order the book yourself. Please, indie creators, you need to support them. They're doing a lot of work for you guys, and they're breaking their backs to entertain you. You might as well support them. So if you're digging the new superhero book, check this one out. I'd give it 4 out of 5 Ram Chips. You can support me over at Patreon. You can support the Manos channel as well as Manos Publishing. You can also hit me up on various social media stuff. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and my comic book Red Knight is available on manospublishing.com. Click the link below. Well, I think that's it. If you read The Edge, let me know in the comments below, or if you sound like, oh, that's an interesting book, let me know. And if you don't know how to contact them, let me know, and I'll hook you up. I want to hook up indie creators. All right, I'm going to get going, so push the button, Lindsay.